Why can't I hear clearly anymore? The hidden struggle millions face daily, and what you need to know right now. Have you ever had to pretend you heard what someone said just to avoid embarrassment? Have you found yourself smiling and nodding, even though the words were muffled, unclear, distant? If so, you're not alone. Every day, millions of people silently suffer from a slow, creeping problem that steals one of the most important connections we have to the world, our ability to hear. But this isn't just about sound. It's about your identity. It's about the confidence you lose when you can't keep up in conversations. It's the isolation that settles in when you start avoiding social gatherings because you're tired of asking, "What did you say?" again and again. And worst of all, most people have no idea why it's happening or what they can do about it. Hearing loss is cruel in its subtlety. It doesn't happen overnight. One day you're enjoying your favorite music, laughing at a family joke, talking to your partner without effort. The next, the world starts fading, not in a loud crash, but in a soft, steady silence. Maybe it started with a bit of tinnitus, a ringing, buzzing, or hissing sound that seemed to come out of nowhere. Maybe you noticed the TV volume creeping up higher and higher, or that you could hear fine in one-on-one chats but struggled in restaurants or crowded rooms. And maybe, just maybe, you told yourself it was just stress, or aging, or nothing to worry about. But deep down, you knew something was wrong. You deserve to be heard and to hear. Let me ask you something. How many important moments have you missed because of your hearing? The whispered "I love you" from your spouse, your grandchildren's laughter during a holiday visit, the soft rustle of trees during your evening walk, the conversations with friends that made you feel alive, connected, seen. When you lose your hearing, you lose more than sound. You lose connection. You lose energy. You lose confidence. And slowly, you begin to lose yourself. The hidden shame no one talks about. Hearing loss isn't just inconvenient. It's emotionally devastating. It makes you feel embarrassed, old, out of place, invisible. You start withdrawing from conversations. You smile politely when you miss a joke, even though you're aching inside because you feel left out. You start avoiding phone calls because it's too hard to follow the dialogue. You start declining invites, not because you're anti-social, but because the world suddenly feels too fast, too loud, too overwhelming. And worst of all, you feel like you're the only one, that you just have to accept it, that it's your fault, that it's too late. But let me tell you something right now. It's not too late, and no, it's not your fault. Chances are, if you've gone to a doctor or audiologist, you've heard some version of this before. It's just part of aging. Your only option is a $5,000 hearing aid. There's no cure. Just manage it the best you can. Sound familiar? You're told the only way forward is a bulky device or risky surgery. You're pushed into expensive, uncomfortable solutions that do nothing to fix the root cause of your problem. And somehow, the hearing loss always seems to come back or get worse. No one tells you why this is happening. No one explains what's really going on inside your ears, and more importantly, your brain. And no one tells you that there may be a better way. Until now. What if the problem isn't in your ears? This might surprise you, but your ears aren't the only organ responsible for hearing. In fact, many scientists now believe the root cause of most hearing problems starts in the brain. More specifically, in the delicate nerve pathways that carry sound signals from your ears to your brain. Signals that your brain translates into words, music, laughter, memories. When these pathways are inflamed, blocked or damaged by toxins, stress, or poor blood flow, the sound gets lost in translation. You might still hear noises, but your brain can't decode them properly. It's like listening to a radio with static. The sound is there, but it's distorted, scrambled, and exhausting. This is why so many people with hearing aids still struggle to understand conversations. It's not just about amplifying sound, it's about restoring the connection between your ears and your brain. What causes this breakdown? There are a number of reasons your hearing could be slipping away. Age-related decline. As we get older, the tiny hair cells in our inner ears, critical for detecting sound, begin to weaken and die. Noise pollution. Constant exposure to loud environments as music, traffic, machinery can lead to permanent damage to the auditory system. Toxins and inflammation. Chemicals in our food, air, and water can damage the delicate neural circuits responsible for hearing. Chronic inflammation in the body also disrupts blood flow to the brain and ears. Nutrient deficiency. Modern diets are missing essential vitamins and minerals that support nerve health and cognitive function, especially B vitamins, zinc, and antioxidants. Stress and poor sleep. These silently erode your brain's ability to process and retain information, including sound. Circulatory issues. Hearing loss is strongly linked to poor circulation. If your blood isn't flowing properly, your ears and brain aren't getting the oxygen and nutrients they need to function. Let's be honest, hearing loss is more than a medical issue. It's a thief. It steals your joy, your independence, your self-esteem. You start avoiding restaurants. You stop participating in meetings. You distance yourself from friends and family, not because you want to, but because you're tired of feeling like a burden. Eventually, the isolation becomes a prison, and depression isn't far behind. In fact, studies show that hearing loss can double your risk of developing dementia, because when your brain stops processing sound, it starts shutting down in other ways too. This isn't just about hearing anymore. It's about your future, your freedom, your life. But here's the truth. No one told you. You don't have to live this way. You don't have to settle for hearing aids that squeal and malfunction. You don't have to risk surgery or drown in pills. You don't have to keep pretending everything's okay, because there's something else. Something thousands of people are now turning to. A natural way to restore your hearing, renew your brain health, and reconnect with the world around you. And if you're still with me, then I have a feeling you're ready for it. You didn't find this video by accident. Maybe you've been praying for a breakthrough. Maybe you've been searching for something, anything, to help you hear again, to feel alive again. Maybe you've already tried everything and feel like you're out of options, but you're not. There's still one door left to open, and on the other side, a life with sound, with laughter, with peace, with clarity. All you need to do is click the link in the description or the pinned comment below to discover the natural solution people are calling a game changer for hearing health. It's easy, it's safe, and it could be the answer you've been waiting for. But I must warn you, this won't be online forever. Just like others before you, once this starts gaining attention, certain powerful companies won't want this information out there. So don't wait. Don't let your hearing fade any further. Take the first step toward healing, toward hearing, toward hope. Click the link now and discover the powerful natural method that's changing lives and could very well change yours. Can you really strengthen your hearing naturally? Yes. And here's how to start today. If you've ever felt hopeless about your hearing, if the ringing, the muffled voices, the need to constantly say what has made you feel like you're slipping away from the world, I want you to know something important. You are not broken, and you are not alone. While most people are told that hearing loss is permanent and there's nothing you can do, new research and ancient healing traditions are revealing a very different story, one filled with hope. In fact, there are simple, natural, and surprisingly powerful habits that you can start implementing today to protect and even support the repair of your auditory system from the inside out. Let's take a look at some of the most effective and creative strategies that are helping people regain clarity, reduce brain fog, and reconnect with the sounds of life. You've heard the saying, "You are what you eat," right? Well, when it comes to hearing, what you eat can actually protect the delicate hair cells in your inner ear and the neural pathways that process sound. Try to include more of these foods in your daily diet. Citrus fruits and berries. Rich in antioxidants and vitamin C, they fight inflammation that damages hearing. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard. Loaded with folate and magnesium, which help maintain nerve function and blood flow to the ears. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, packed with omega-3s and vitamin D to improve circulation and reduce ear-related inflammation. Nuts and seeds, especially almonds and walnuts for magnesium and zinc, minerals essential to auditory function. Whole grains, keep your blood sugar stable, which helps preserve inner ear health. Train your brain to hear better. Here's something no one tells you. Hearing isn't just about your ears, it's about your brain. When your ears send signals, your brain decodes them into meaning. But over time, if those signals become weak or distorted, your brain stops engaging in those pathways. It's called auditory deprivation, and it accelerates hearing loss. But here's the good news. You can train your brain to strengthen those pathways. Try these simple yet powerful activities: word games and puzzles. Crossword puzzles, word searches, and brain teasers can boost your brain's processing speed and sharpen auditory memory. Chess and strategy games. Games that require focus and memory strengthen neural networks tied to cognitive and auditory processing. Focused listening. Listen to audiobooks or podcasts at a slightly lower volume and concentrate deeply. Over time, this helps your brain relearn how to tune into sounds. Play music, or better yet, learn to play an instrument. It boosts hearing sensitivity and builds neural resilience. Even just 10 minutes a day can rewire your brain and improve your listening ability more than you think. Just like your heart or brain, your auditory system needs oxygen and nutrients delivered consistently to keep the tiny hair cells healthy and working properly. Here's how to improve circulation naturally. Daily walks. Gentle movement gets blood flowing without strain. Even 20 minutes a day can make a difference. Yoga and deep breathing. Certain poses, like downward dog or shoulder stand, improve circulation to the head and ears. Combine this with slow, intentional breathing to reduce stress, which is often linked to hearing loss. Stress is an invisible villain that damages nearly every part of your body, including your hearing. It increases inflammation, it interferes with blood flow, and it even worsens symptoms like tinnitus and brain fog. That's why one of the most important things you can do for your hearing is to calm your nervous system. Try building small habits like 5-minute mindfulness breaks. Just sit, breathe, and listen to the sounds around you. Let your ears practice receiving sound calmly. Take a walk in the woods or by the water. Natural soundscapes, birds, water, wind, have been proven to calm the auditory system and reduce anxiety. Improve your sleep. Your ears and brain do critical repair work while you rest. Prioritize deep sleep by cutting caffeine, dimming lights at night, and turning off electronics at least 1 hour before bed. That's why a new discovery is making so much noise. There's something that brings all of these healing elements together. It's simple, it's natural, and it's already helping thousands of people restore their hearing and feel like themselves again. In fact, it's been quietly making headlines in certain communities because of the incredible results it's delivering, often in just a few short weeks. So, if you've been struggling, if you've been feeling like you're one step away from silence, now is the time to take your life back. Click the link in the description or pinned comment below to discover a method that combines everything we just talked about. Powerful nutrients, ancient wisdom, brain support, circulation boosters, and stress relief into one easy solution. It's time to stop surviving and start hearing again. And it all starts with one click. because you don't have to accept the silence. You just have to take the first step toward the sound of healing. And if you like this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the channel's news. Until next time, bye.